Hey, Iowa Realtors, Greta and Jen back here to talk about a little bit of defense that we had to play this legislative session. Over the past few years, the state government has seen somewhat of a realignment of its licensing division, with the Iowa Real Estate Commission moving under the Department of Inspections, Appeals, and Licensing, along with some of the other commerce boards, and government really looking at how they can be more efficient serving both consumers and licensees. However, we know that it is super important that we continue to protect the public through the Real Estate Commission and through our licensing process. And so we saw a bill come forward this session from the Department of Inspections, Appeals, and Licensing that kind of made us take pause for a second and think about the implications on the industry and how it would impact consumers. So Jen, can you tell us a little bit about that piece of legislation?
Greta's being very kind. I freaked out when I saw this legislation. No. It's tough. We want efficiencies in government, but we also want our license laws to protect consumers and to protect our licenses. So with that, we walk a very fine line, right? So this legislation, as it came down, it basically eliminated 30 sections of Iowa real estate license law. That can affect anything from reciprocity to license law violations to being able to deny or restrict a licensee for bad actions. These are very integral parts of what we do as a profession and how we hold ourselves to the public, and we want these standards to be there. So 30 sections of the real estate license code was a non-starter, honestly, for us. So we worked very diligently to try to get to a place where we could have legislation that worked for the Department of Inspections and Appeals and Licensing, as well as the licensees, to benefit the consumer at the end of the day. But we did not get there this year. We are going to continue our discussions with them during the interim. But ultimately, at the end of the day, it is about protecting the consumer. This is, as you all know, this is the biggest purchase of a lifetime in buying a home. And we want to make sure that we have professionals that are doing that and following laws as such that protect the consumer. So we will continue to work on that, but we are very glad that we pushed the pause button on that legislation, because ultimately what they were trying to do is to group all of our licenses, whether it be nurses, optometrists, or real estate, into one bucket per se, and have us all follow the same rules. So we will continue to defend what we do as real estate professionals and move forward with that notion in mind, and we will keep you updated on any changes that happen during the interim.
Thanks, Jen. And again, a shout out to our members, I think specifically on this topic. Right as this bill started to move through the process, we had our Capitol Conference and our Hill Day, and when 250 realtors come up and talk to their legislators about how this would negatively impact their industry and the consumer, it really makes an impact. And so I want to thank all of you for the role you played in grassroots advocacy, making sure that legislators and elected officials knew the harmful impact this could have had on our industry. So shout out to all of you as well.
Thank you.